Hi, my name is Donna Blum, and I'm the admissions coordinator for Omaha Christian Academy. I'm so glad you're here. The first thing I'd like you to know about OCA is that our mission is to teach students in light of biblical truth. We firmly believe that if you train a child in the way he or she should go, when they are old, they will not depart from it. You may also be interested in knowing 100% of OCA's teachers are credentialed in their specific teaching area. In addition to being experienced and knowledgeable, they are committed to teaching from a Christian worldview.
Welcome to Omaha Christian Academy. I'm Christy Crable, the principal. I'm so glad that you've decided to visit us virtually today to see if our family is a good fit for your family. Deciding where to send your children to school is a really important decision, and I think you're going to like what you see today. I look forward to meeting you in person.
Our facility has two wings. The elementary school wing is on the left side of our building, and the secondary school wing is on the right side of our building. This room actually serves as a multi-purpose space. In addition to being our cafeteria, we have weekly chapel services here on Wednesday mornings, and our drama students put on performances using a portable stage. We do offer a hot lunch program. Each morning during roll call, our teachers ask each student if they brought their lunch from home or if they'd like to order a hot lunch for the day. We then place an order with Westside School District, and they delivered the prepared meals to our location. Mrs. Reed is our librarian. The library hosts a myriad of activities. Kindergarten through 6th grade visit the library each week to choose books, hear stories, and learn library skills. The library is where you would find high school students involved in speech and theater. Drama students read, block, and practice plays, and also practice speeches to compete in public speaking. The library is where the yearbook class meets as well. Mrs. Lovegren loves teaching basic life skills in this family and consumer science classroom. She teaches students how to prepare economical and nutritious foods for their family and friends, how to budget using Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace program, how to apply for jobs and keep them, how to make healthy relationship choices when they go away to college, and also basic sewing skills. The main focus in Mr. Thompson's history and social studies classes is to see the events of man's history in light of the truth that God is sovereign over history. All of history is His story. Students study the results of man's fall and the working out of God's purposes for us. Now we're entering into Mr. Schmidt's high school science classroom. At OCA, science is taught from a problem-solving point of view and with an emphasis on seeing the hand of the Creator. This Physics 500 racetrack will be used as an illustration during an online class with OCA's physics students. Welcome to Mr. Pittom's science classroom. Here, 7th and 8th grade students study the wonders of the Creator's hands, and 11th and 12th grade students study God's greatest creation, the human body. For Mrs. Combs, teaching high school English at OCA means more than leading students in appreciating literary history and developing writing and grammar skills. With a strong Christian curriculum and prayer at the start of each class, she guides students to interpret what they read and write in light of biblical truth. Her aim is to help students develop spiritual discernment that will last long after they walk across that stage in their cap and gown. This is our computer lab. Students of all ages use this lab for various purposes, such as special projects, keyboarding practice, research, writing assignments, and more. All students in 7th grade and up are provided an Office 365 account. Through that account, they have access to the full suite of Microsoft Office products such as Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Publisher. Students can save their work to the cloud and access the same applications and files from home. Welcome to the music room at OCA, where Mr. Nilas and Miss Johnson help students create, perform, and respond to music in light of biblical truth. On one of the walls in this room, in big gold letters, are the words, Sole Deo Gloria, which mean, to God alone be the glory. That is the goal every day in music class. Kindergarten through 6th grade students have class here 3 times a week. For junior and senior high students, 1 class period each day is dedicated to music. with band and choir on alternating days. Mrs. Gossen's classroom is a place for middle schoolers to explore the narrative of history through the lens of God's Word. Freshmen also hang out here for an hour each day to study geography and current issues in our world. Mrs. Gosen would love to have your students join in the journey. Welcome to Mrs. Isaacson's Art and Spanish classroom. Here, students celebrate that God has gifted them with so many unique and amazing talents to glorify His name. In art, students collaborate as artists with technology, music, and current artistic techniques to produce works to bless our student body and share Christ in the community. Students study Spanish by speaking in the language in class, studying the culture in Spanish-speaking countries, and memorizing God's Word in Spanish. Mrs. Blazik teaches history to grades 4th through 6th and English and speech to grades 7th and 8th. Her class verse is 2 Peter 3:1a, which says, "His divine power has given us everything we need for a godly life." This is where Mrs. Gruber teaches high school math, including geometry, pre-calculus, and advanced pre-calculus. OCA has 2 different math tracks. Students on the honors track take Algebra 1 in 8th grade, followed by Geometry, Algebra 2, Advanced Pre-Calc, and AP Calculus as seniors. Students in the regular math track take Algebra 1 their freshman year, followed by Geometry, Algebra 2, and Pre-Calculus. That's it for our secondary wing. Now let's visit the elementary and preschool wing of our school. In Mrs. Schmidt's kindergarten class, the motto is "Be kind and loving to each other." The class verse is Galatians 5:22 and 23, which ties directly into the class motto and the discipline approach. Students begin each day with a devotion and prayer. They spend lots of time moving around the classroom with various activities during reading and math. Each day, they have Bible time using purposeful design as curriculum. Omaha Christian Academy's preschool and pre-kindergarten program focuses on the development of the whole child, social, emotional, physical, and most important, spiritual. Through active learning experiences, Mrs. Schwett and Mrs. Schmidt employ a warm, nurturing, and engaging developmental approach to educate children who are 3, 4, and turning 5 years old. Welcome to Mrs. Arendt's 3rd grade classroom. 3rd grade is such a pivotal year for students. For example, they transition from reading to read to reading to learn. Students focus on multiplication and other advanced math skills. In Bible, they study the life of Christ and His gift of salvation. In Mrs. Thomas's 1st grade class, students become fabulous reading detectives with the ability to break down unknown words to decode them correctly. In math, students learn new strategies for adding and subtracting, decomposing numbers, and identifying shapes. Most importantly, students learn about God by studying the Bible and how God is intertwined with everything they learn. This is Mrs. Henkenius's 4th grade homeroom. 4th through 6th grade students are taught science here every day. In this room, students use their hands to discover more about God's creations through experiments, science labs, and STEM activities. This is Mrs. Size's 5th grade homeroom. Mrs. Size teaches 4th through 6th grade math here on a daily basis. She encourages students to strive for their best and learn through their mistakes. Her class verse is 2 Timothy 1:7. "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." Here in Mrs. Rummel's 2nd grade class, the motto is "Soar like eagles," because the class verse is Isaiah 40:31. "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." This is Mrs. Friesen's 6th grade homeroom. Mrs. Friesen teaches language arts to 4th through 6th grade students. 6th graders present monthly book reports, study the New Testament, pray for each other and missionaries, memorize and apply a passage from Ephesians 4, and lead Christmas Elementary Chapel. This is Mrs. Booth's 2nd grade classroom. In her class, students are a team. They are taught to respect each other, take risks, and learn from their mistakes. They are encouraged to try their best, create, dream big, and focus first on Christ and His example. This is the elementary resource room. This room is where Mrs. Randall works with small groups of students who need a little extra time and attention. Students have lots of fun here, learning how to read, write, and do math activities. Welcome to OCA's Playground Courtyard. Preschool through third grade students love coming out here to enjoy the great outdoors and play on the jungle gym. I've got some great news though. God has blessed OCA with the funds to completely renovate this entire area and replace the existing jungle gym with a much larger structure by the time school starts next year. This is the newest addition to the OCA building, OCA's Activity Center. This space is used for a variety of purposes, including PE classes, sports practices, home games, indoor recess, school assemblies, spring and Christmas concerts, and summer camps. Because we now have a gymnasium, we're able to offer team sports opportunities starting in elementary school. Boys and girls can play basketball for OCA, and girls can play volleyball for OCA starting in third grade via the PAL League. The sports available to middle school students via the PAL League are football, basketball, volleyball, and soccer. Middle school students can also participate in track. Our high school students compete in the Frontier Conference in basketball, volleyball, football, soccer, baseball, cheerleading, track, and cross country. This is our newly renovated weight room. It's used by our student athletes and our weight training class to develop overall muscular strength and endurance. In this class, students max out on bench press, back squats, and hang cleans. They are then put on individual workouts based on percentages. This concludes our virtual tour. I hope this video has been helpful to you. Please know we will be praying for you and your family as you make this important decision. And don't hesitate to call the school office at 402-399-9565 if you have any questions. Thank you so much for your time. Stay well, and God bless you.